I am the last librarian, the keeper of ancient knowledge, the guardian of forgotten stories. In this age of screens and algorithms, books have become relics of a bygone era. People no longer seek the wisdom of the ancients, the beauty of language, the power of imagination. They are content with snippets of information, with quick fixes, with instant gratification. But I remember a time when books were revered, when they were cherished as precious artifacts passed down from generation to generation. When people would spend hours lost in their pages, their minds transported to far-off lands, their hearts filled with wonder and inspiration. I remember the thrill of discovering a new book, of turning the pages with anticipation, of being swept away by the story. I remember the smell of old paper, the feel of worn leather bindings, the sound of pages turning. I remember the quiet of the library, the hush that fell over the room as people immersed themselves in their reading, the sense of community that existed among those who shared a love of books. But now, the libraries are empty, the shelves are dusty, the silence is broken only by the occasional creak of floorboards or the distant hum of a passing car. I sometimes wonder if I am the only one who still appreciates the value of books, the only one who understands the importance of preserving our literary heritage. But then I remember the young people who come to the library, drawn by curiosity or a desire for escape, the ones who are still open to the magic of the written word. I see hope in them, a glimmer of light in the darkness, a reminder that the human spirit is capable of great things. And so I will continue to tend to my books, to care for them, to protect them, to share their stories with anyone who will listen. For as long as I am here, the last librarian, the written word will not die. I remember the day I first discovered the library. It was a grand, imposing building filled with towering shelves that seemed to stretch endlessly into the sky. I was overwhelmed by the sheer number of books, by the promise of knowledge and adventure that lay within their pages. I spent hours wandering the aisles, browsing the shelves, picking up books at random and flipping through them. I discovered authors I had never heard of, stories that transported me to far-off lands, ideas that challenged my worldview. The library became my sanctuary, my escape from the mundane. It was a place where I could lose myself in another world, where I could find solace and inspiration. As the years went by, I became a librarian myself. I learned the Dewey Decimal System, the intricacies of cataloguing, the art of book repair. I learned the importance of creating a welcoming and inclusive space for all. I loved my job. I loved helping people find the books they were looking for. I loved sharing my passion for reading with others. But I also saw the challenges that libraries faced in the digital age. The decline in funding, the competition from online resources, the changing habits of readers. I fought to keep my library open, to keep its doors accessible to all. I organized book clubs, reading groups, and author events. I tried to make the library a vibrant, dynamic place where people could come together and connect. In the end, my efforts were in vain. The library was forced to close its doors. It was a heartbreaking day, a day that felt like a piece of my soul had been ripped away. But I refused to give up. I continued to collect books, to read them, to cherish them. I became a solitary guardian of the written word, and I vowed that as long as I lived, the stories would be told, the knowledge would be preserved, the magic of books would not die. I have spent countless hours in this library, surrounded by the silent companions of my solitude. I have read and reread the classics, lost myself in the pages of forgotten novels, discovered new authors and new perspectives. I have found solace in the words of the wise, inspiration in the stories of the brave, and beauty in the language of the poets. And I have come to realize that books are more than just objects. They are vessels of ideas, of emotions, of experiences. They are a connection to the past, a bridge to the future. They are a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit, to our ability to create, to imagine, to dream. And so, I will continue to tend to my books, to care for them, to protect them, to share their stories with anyone who will listen. For as long as I am here, the last librarian, the written word will not die.